It is the fourth quarter of 2023, and you should be preparing your business and financial plan for next year, 2024. If you don't have a business plan for next year, how would you know what are your objectives for every year? How would you know what are the objectives for every month? How would you know what are the objectives for every week that if you meet them will absolutely allow you to achieve your business and financial goals for 2024? It is very important as a business owner, multi-unit franchisee, that when January 1st comes around, you know exactly what you need to do every day, every week, every month, so that at the end of December 31st, 2024, you have the profitability, the money in the bank that you want and deserve out of the franchise you invested in. That is why you should have a business and financial plan that you and your team can follow so that if you achieve, you will be able to have the profitability you want. Now, if you have not started in your business planning, then my suggestion is that you get going. For that reason, today, I want to share in this show what are the elements that you should be preparing in your business and financial plan every year so that you have the guide and the objectives to accomplish in your business. So the first element that you should be planning for is your team. Yes, one of the first elements, before we even go into the profitability, you need to know what is the needs that you're going to have in 2024 for your team. And you're going to be able to start by knowing what is your turnover. Ideally, you would like to know what is your turnover by month and even by unit, because if you do it that way, you will be able to do a much better job. But you start by your turnover because that's how you're going to know how many people you're going to need to hire every month. The reality is that you're hiring all the time and you're investing money all the time. But if you don't know exactly proactively ahead of time how many people you need to hire, then how can you then proactively do a great plan to have those hires done when you need them, as soon as you need them, at the lowest cost possible? That's why we start with team. And of course, not only do you need to know what is your turnover, but you also need to know when you're going to open new units the next year, because that's going to tell you again what is your team needs. Along with your team needs, you're going to need to be able to start planning what are your leadership needs. If you're a growing multi-unit franchisee, you're going to need to develop the leaders of the future. So if you're going to open stores, you need to determine when you're going to open them, because by then is when you're going to need those leaders ready to go. And so for that reason, you're going to need to have that plan, because then you're going to backtrack from those dates and be able to see when you need to hire them or promote them and develop them so that when the unit opens, you are ready to go. So that's the first element that you need to do in your business and financial plan for every year, your team needs. The second part of your business and financial plan is your revenue plan. You need to know what are your sales projections and targets for next year. And you need to do it in two parts. You need to do it in transaction count and your average ticket, because different things drive each of those. And so you need to start by looking at where you were last year and then look at where you want to be next year. And you need to be realistic, because along with your revenue plan, you're going to need to make your local store marketing plan. Because just because you want to increase your average ticket by 3% and your average transaction count by 3%, it's not going to happen magically. You need to have a decision as to what you're going to do. What is going to be your local store marketing plan or your enterprise plan in the area of marketing that would allow you to achieve that revenue goals. So it's not just about making a wish or a dream of what you want to achieve, but how you're going to achieve them. So when you're looking at your revenue plan, you need to look at, first of all, where you want to be with your transaction and ticket, but also what are going to be your local store marketing activities that allow you to get there every year. Okay, the next element in your business and financial plan is your profitability. And for that, you're going to need to make full profit and loss projections by unit, by month, for all of your units and that enterprise level. You need to be able to determine where you are going to land in each one of your units using your prior year financial statements. You want to start with the base of reality. What happened in the prior year? In this case, 2023. And then go and look at 2024 by month, by unit, and determine what do you think you can do for next year. This will take the most amount of time in this business financial plan. But if you do this with time, carefully, unit by unit, month by month, I promise that the time you spend in this area will bring you results tenfold, because not only will you be able to understand your business with a high level of detail and accuracy, but you will be able to see and identify opportunities that would allow you to achieve the financial goal that you want. When you do your profitability analysis and your profitability plan for your units, you will be able to see exactly where you're going to be at the end of the year in your net profit if you accomplish this plan. That number will be exciting for you. That number is going to fuel you to accomplish your business plan so that you can actually have that money in the bank. The next element of your business and financial plan is your growth plan. When are you going to be opening the units in 2024? And while some of this is going to be a guess, you want to make the best possible guess. And whatever units you add in there, whether they are new builds, acquisitions, or maybe even relocations, you want to be as accurate as possible, because not only will your opening plans will have to be driven by that, meaning that when you need to acquire locations and build outs, etc., and all those plans of people and leadership, but also this is going to drive your capital needs plan, which is the last element of your business and financial plan. For you to be able to do your capital needs plan, you need to have a decision made as to when you're going to be either opening, acquiring, or maybe remodeling or relocating existing units. It is better that when you're planning, you are being conservative, meaning don't put something that you're going to do in March when you believe that realistically it won't happen until July. If you think that realistically will happen in July, you better put it in July or maybe even August, because if you're able to do it sooner, hey, that's just added revenue to your business. But if you put it in your plan for March and you don't really do it until July, then you're going to have money or income in your business that you really are not getting, or you're going to have a plan for acquiring capital that you don't really need until later in the year. So really try to be as accurate as possible when you come to your growth plan so that you can have a very good and accurate opening plan with your needs for that unit, the unit openings, but also for your capital needs that you're going to bring to the bank so that you can make those financial decisions prepared and accurate as possible. So that's it. Those are the elements that you need to have together for your business and financial plan. I know it's easier said than done, and it is definitely challenging, especially if you've never done it before. Now, if you would like to have support on making that happen, you may want to explore our command program. Our command program is where we help franchisees not only define, document, and implement business systems across the organization so that they can have excellent operations and management and then delegate them to the leaders, but also a way to have proactive financial and business planning in the organization. So if you'd like to learn more about how we can help you create your business plan for 2024, please visit us at our website, www.americanfranchiseacademy.com, and explore our command program in there, where you may look at more information or reach out to us for more information. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.